Okay, so welcome back to the second match between Phantom 5 and QWE. So the winner team will be moving on to the final, and anyways, take us to the pick and ban draft.
Oh, the game is live. Huh?
Yep,
Is the stream started?
yep,
Are we live?
yep. Okay, so Phantom 5 is gonna be taking away the Bristol back from the team QWE. So there's an Underlord ban coming in, and they don't want to deal with the real animals, so they banned it. And the Ancient and the Timbersaw with the Mars ban. So those are all the meta bans that you can expect. So QWE coming in strong. They just don't want to deal with this Ancient anymore. So Phantom, they're gonna be picking attacks which I haven't seen in a very very long time. So I'm really excited for this, and they're going to be taking away the bristleback from QWE. Phantom 5 is like, yo, you guys wrecked us by using the bristleback, so we're going to take it back and we're going to use it. But to answer to the bristleback, QWE is going to come in with the Viper pick. So what do you think about this draft coming in from both the teams?
Yeah, I think Viper absolutely dumpsters Bristleback, right? Because of a
Mm-hmm.
break mechanic. What is S2? What is W? Nephrotoxin, I think that's what it's called. So it makes sense why they went for the Viper. And I imagine that both the teams have revealed one support and one offlaner right now, Kuma. Um, the Viper probably going off lane. I don't think we'll see the Viper going mid or to safe lane. So I like these picks coming out from QWE this time. However, this Ogre match, I don't think Ogre did that much last game. I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
why they see so much value in this pick. I still think after 20 minutes, all Ogre is an absolute walking bloodlust. Nothing more.
And you can see
And
the ban coming in. The Draw has been banned off, Slug has been banned off, Ursa PL has been banned off. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Spectre or a Terrorblade coming into this game.
oh,
Like I would be
this
really,
would be
yeah,
a
I would
really good
really,
Terrorblade.
yeah. This is looking really good for a Terrorblade game, and even for a Spectre as well coming in from Phantom 5 if they actually want to use it. But let's see what they're going to be picking, because I don't think they'll be picking the cores up right now because they still have a support and a mid laner to be picked off.
Absolutely. And I think Tusk and Bristle is like a pretty decent lane because of the tag team.
Hmm.
Um, and if they decide to go for that lane, could be like a double melee lane and playing into the hands of a Viper if they decide to put that Viper in the safe lane and send their carry to the off lane. So we'll have to see how do they decide to lane this. And I expect us a ranged hero coming out, a ranged sport, their fight position, maybe like a Grimstroke or a Warlock.
Oh, Warlock.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
like,
this makes sense, right? Because they have two melee heroes, and they're probably gonna be picking another melee carry, so you don't
mhm.
want to have 4 or 5 melee heroes. So it makes sense that they went for the Warlock.
Yeah.
It's a good hero. It's a good team fighter. Has lots of it's a great kit.
And also, what I love about Warlock right now is that because of the item called what do you call that? Holy Locket, right? The healing that they're
Yep.
gonna be receiving, like the Shadow Word, like first of all, it's gonna be slowing them down, and then the Fatal Ball that is gonna be coming in from the Warlock. If it makes the Locket, that this is looking really really good for.
Ooh, I love this Phoenix pick. Like we discussed this in the last game, right? The last game they had the Snapfire that kind of deters people from picking Phoenix. And now
Mhm.
this time they see both the supports. They see the Tusk, they see the Bristle, and they see the Warlock. None of these heroes are good egg hitters, right? None of these
Yep.
heroes can hit the egg. So this is a free Phoenix game already. Plus the
Yeah.
pure damage coming out from Sunray against the Bristleback is really gonna hurt this Bristleback a lot. Coming out from the Phoenix, I mean.
And like I said in the first game, like this game, I mean, this meta is all about the fast-paced game and then the healings that are coming out, right? And with the Sun Ray, like you can actually sustain a lot. And so like, the pick is going to be a Luna coming in from the Phantom 5. Do you
Wow,
think, like, I'm
um,
actually surprised to see a Luna being picked when they have a Viper and a Phoenix?
Yeah, actually, I don't like this Luna pick to be honest. I favored Phantom 5's draft in the last game to be very transparent because they had like a really good lineup with a lot of stuns. Look at your draft this time. Where are your stuns? Where is your control? You have no control. If QWE picks up one of the spirits, Storm, Void, or Ember, there is no answer, right? What is your answer to a Storm Spirit just jumping in and killing the Warlock every single time? They have zero control.
I feel like maybe they're going for the comfortable picks at the end of the day because we generally don't see attacks coming in. Like, yeah, you sure have to snowball to save your team or the tag team, but after that, what are you going to do? Because they have no CC at all, and you don't want a Luna to be in the front line throwing her Eclipse. And if you look at Phantom 5, Warlock, and Luna, they have a really, really huge cooldown on their ultimates, right? So if they use that, then there is no counter attack coming out from Phantom 5. They just have to disengage after they use everything, right?
Yep, absolutely. And Wraith King comes out. This is already looking like a very scary draft coming from QWE because now you have a Wraith King and a Viper to protect this egg, which was already difficult to hit. And now if the Luna tries to commit on the egg, Wraith King is just going to run at her. So I am pretty scared for Phantom 5 this game because they have no answer to the Phoenix. They're countered. The Bristleback is countered with this Viper pick, and
Mhm.
again, Wraith King, if he decides to go for that Midas Radiance build-up, is going to outscale the Luna. Or even if he decides to go for like a combat heavy build with the Armlet Desolator and Bling Dagger, he's going to blow up the Luna every single time. So it will be interesting to see if Phantom 5 can pull something out of the bag in this last game. But I think Phantom 5 needs to ban out the Storm and the Ember Spirit. Okay,
Yeah, the
actually,
storm is
QWE
yeah.
bans out Storm.
Like they just don't want to deal with the storm. Like Storm is one of the kind of heroes that annoys you to the core. Like this is the kind of a champion that can either win you the game or lose you the game, right? Because he
Absolutely,
just
Storm
comes in.
is.
Yeah, the control that Storm has, and for him to be active all around the map, right? But then they QW banning out the Storm, like that opens up two more bans for Phantom 5 because I wanted Phantom 5 to ban the Storm, but QW is like, hey, we won the first game, so why don't you guys just take a chill pill, we'll ban out the Storm for you guys. Okay, so the Invoker is gonna get banned out.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I still like Batrider for QWE here. Look, what is your answer to Batrider again? You have a Warlock and Tusk, and that's not good enough. That's not going to save you from Batrider. Bat is just going to run over this game again.
And we have seen what Mio Akiyama can do with this Bad Rider. Like she's so clean with it. I mean, sorry. Like just because I read Mio, I'm just like I assume that it's a she, right? But then he was really, really good with the Bad Rider, and they had no answer to that. So
yeah, exactly. This is still looking like a really, really solid Batrider game, and that's kind of the reason why they're banning out. I mean, TA. I don't think they want to go for the Batrider this game, considering that they banned out TA.
Okay, so the TA is gone. Another egg hitter is gone from the mid lane pool. So who do you think they're going to be using? Because at the moment, I don't see any answer coming out from Team Phantom to destroy the egg.
I think Lina is a pretty good answer. From the mid lane, it's a safe. It's a really good laner as well, right? If Lina's played extremely well, there's not many things that can beat Lina in lane, and it's an excellent egg hitter because of the fiery soul and because of the range that Lina has. So I think Lina makes sense, but it's such a frail hero. If this Wraith King ever gets on top of the Lina's just gonna die every single team fight.
So we have like 23 more seconds, and Phantom 5 has to deal with it. Because there are teams who's under pressure. Because if they drop this game, they are going to go to the lower bracket to face off the team who lost today. So that will be tomorrow again. So let's see. Do you think this is going to be like the Phantom 5 winning, coming on top and taking it to a game 3, or do you think QW is just going to wipe it out? Okay, so the Puck ban comes out from.
Yeah, that's a good ban because they don't have any control, right? Just like we were talking about, the Puck would have absolutely run them over. That would be an overwhelming amount of team fight with the egg, with the coil, and generally coil, like. So the way you counter egg or Phoenix egg is either you kill the egg or you run away from it. And coil doesn't let you do that. If you get coil within the egg radius, what are you gonna do? Right?
Even if you make a bigger B and if Puck has the Agnum Scepter, like there's no running away. Like the coil is eventually gonna break and it's gonna stun you, and on top of that the egg is gonna fall down. So that's a really, really good ban coming out from.
I still think I like Ember Spirit or Void Spirit here for QWE because you just go in and blow up the Warlock even before the team fight starts. I think that's a pretty good hero for them.
Radiant team pick.
And they decide
Are
to
they
go for
confident?
For
a
the
Conquer. So
Kunkka.
they're doubling down on the team fight here. They have absolutely insane team fight coming in, Puma. They have the egg, they have
Yeah.
the
And
board
I
from Conquer.
honestly feel like with this Kunkka pick, there is no way that they can reach
10
the
seconds
Phoenix. Like
remaining.
they have the Torres, they have the X Mark, and they have the Ghost Ship as
5
well. And
seconds remaining.
if it was a Luna or a Hitter, I wouldn't go head to head with a Ghost Ship. Like, what do you think?
I still like
So,
Lena here, but they go for the OD instead. I'm not a big fan of this hero, to be honest, Puma. I haven't seen OD doing that well, even on in the international stage. I've
uh,
seen a lot of OD
I
struggle, so
mean,
I'm not sure.
if you've seen on the last pick and ban phase, like I said, they're in the semifinals, and all of them did their homework. So maybe Master Instinct is a really really good OD player. Because as you see in the last game, we were talking about why OD is been,
Yep,
she's not even in meta, right? OD is not
yep.
in meta, but
That
Phantom
OD
Five,
was banned
yeah,
here.
yeah. So maybe this is a bait coming in from QWE. Like they know that if the OD is left open, they will be forced to use that, right?
It
So
is a last 10th pick OD. So last time we were discussing last game, it was the 10th pick Batrider that absolutely
Mhm.
took it away. This time, let's see if we have the 10th pick OD that can take it away because I am personally not a big fan of this game. So I think QWE has this, but I would love to be proven wrong.
Okay, so we're gonna be starting off with the semi-final match coming in from QWE and Phantom 5. And viewers, whoever's watching this match right now, who do you think is gonna win, QWE or the
Prepare for
Phantom?
battle.
Like, do make sure to comment in the comment section down below, and do let us know about your opinions on how the drafting went, or how the game is gonna be played out. Okay, so this is an interesting build coming out from OD. The first item he picks up is a crown, so he's going to be rushing for the Athos, or what do you think he's going to be building that into?
I, to be honest, the OD pick itself kind of baffles me. I'm not really sure.
Mhm.
I think Aghanim Scepter is sort of the popular choice, right? Aghanim Scepter 4 stuff. I think that's sort of the build that people are going for. But considering that he's rushing the crown, I think Atos, I guess, because of how much of
Yeah,
int it gives you. I
I
think
mean,
Atos is
it kind of makes sense also
30
because like
seconds
Kunkka is
to
going to be
battle.
having a lot of cleave damage, so like to get a little bit of states in order to counter Kunkka in the early game. Maybe that's one of the main reasons why he's going for a crown, because he's going to be having a little bit of health and a little bit of attributes added to all of his stat, right? So maybe that's why. Okay, so they're going to be sporting out the
or
ward.
Koma, hear me out. Take Dagon starting from the first item itself. I think what do you think of that? Would it be like a troll build? I
The
mean,
battle
I
begins.
mean, like this is a semi-finals. Like they are, and like anything can happen. Okay, so wait, is this a? Okay, wait. Kunkka is just going to go back, and he's gonna stop his script. I thought he was going top. I'm like, Phoenix mid. I mean, it worked, but then like in this kind of match, no. But then Luna is gonna have a really really hard time farming coming into the Phoenix. Like both, both of them are range heroes, right? And there's
yeah.
going to be a lot of coming in from the Viper, and if they stack up the poison stack and comes in with the Phoenix, and Phoenix is going to be draining a lot of the attack speed coming in from Luna, so I'm pretty sure she's going to be missing a lot of last hit, and they should be capitalizing on that.
And
So the
look at
win.
this. I think there's some lane swapping shenanigans going on here. We see the bristle and the tusk rotating bottom.
Mhm.
We and a pause by the Conka. I think there's some lag um, that is going on right now. Are
Yeah.
you seeing the stutter lag, Kumar?
What?
Are you seeing the stutter lag, or is it just me?
No, I mean like yeah, there's a little bit of static lag, but it's working fine. I don't know, like on the stream it's looking decent, so yeah. I guess it's only for us. Like
Yeah,
the
that's quite
viewers,
possible.
like the viewers don't understand that we're watching, like they're watching the better view. They're watching a 720 180p, whereas we have to stretch our eyes, like, wipe wipe out everything and watch. But yeah, this is gonna be a really really good game. Luna is gonna be, his lane is not gonna go that well compared to the other lane, so the other lane has to really step up the game because Luna against a Viper and against a Phoenix, she's gonna be missing a lot of CS. But I said it too soon. Luna already has 2 minion under her belt.
Yeah, and I think we need, like you said, we need the bristleback to go off, like we saw in the last game. We saw the
Mhm.
bristleback popping off, right? Gone completely unkillable, absolutely running around and killing everybody. That is exactly what we need for you know Final Five this game, or QWE is going to away with it again.
Just let's partner up on this one.
Okay, so
And it
there's
looks like there is going to be another lane swap with the Wraith King rotating top now.
Consider
I think they
Yeah.
want the Wraith King matched up against the Luna, and the
Mhm.
Bristle matched up against the Viper, because Viper is going to destroy Bristle in lane, right?
yeah. I
It's
mean,
an,
like
it's
this.
an
Yeah.
impossible lane for him to play.
Okay, so they're gonna be swapping out. Like Bristol is like, yo, I see what you guys are doing. I don't want to deal with Viper. Like nobody
Yep.
wants to deal with Viper. Like Viper lane
Yeah.
is the most annoying. And with an ogre mega, and a Viper coming in, they're just gonna be draining out so much of health, and they won't be able to do shit.
Absolutely.
'Cause, like even in pop matches, like whenever I see a really good ogre, like it tilts me to the core.
Yep. And Viper is such a sick hero, right? In the sense that it's so difficult to lane against. It's just gonna keep like auto attacking you with this Q,
Hmm.
and then the W is like is a break mechanic, and I think there's like a talent which makes Nether Toxin silence as well. So Viper is just a very difficult hero to deal with in general. And I think they're doing a good job here avoiding the matchup. And this is what you need to do. You need to kill the Viper. So they're running in with the tag team, and they able to grab the first blood. This is exactly how you deal with a Viper lane. You run at him because Viper can't protect himself. He can't run away from it. So you have to fight back. And they do a great job. They're punishing the Viper for his own extension.
And they're just gonna stall it out for now. There was a really good pool coming in, and as a Bristol, you have to be happy with this. Okay, so the Icarus dive comes in, which forces a TP out of the Warlock. I mean, there's nothing the Warlock can do about it. Like he just has to teleport from that. The bird
This
attack coming
bristleback
in.
is just going to be so annoyed right now because they're doing everything that they can to make sure that this Viper is matched up against the Bristle. And look at the Wraith King, he's missing so much CS because of this. He's just walking across the map again, Puma.
Yeah, I mean, like, but then at the end of the day, like, for the Radiant team, like, things are looking pretty much good. Like, even though like the Red team is missing out on some CS, he's gonna eventually come back because he can go into the jungle with his minions, and he can just clear it off. So I don't like they're kind of like chill with it. They're just gonna be happy with it. But Bristol, I don't want to be Bristol right now.
Yeah, and look at this Conker. The Conker is straight up doubling up in CS. Look at that. He's at 21 CS compared to the 13 of the OD. That's a pretty big lead. You don't see that pretty often.
No, I mean, like,
in some of these closer mid lane matchups.
I mean, like for me, like if you put an OD and a Kunkka into a lane, I honestly feel like Kunkka is gonna win the lane no matter what.
Radiant's
Yep.
middle tower is under
So-
attack.
Conker, especially because he buys the Quelling Blade and makes it so much easier to CS, right?
Yeah, and then like he just needs the shift, and there's gonna be a jump coming onto the. Okay, so
Oh,
that's
beautiful shards there. This is a dead Wraith King. Punishing the overextension again. So this Luna is off to a very fiery start, getting 3 out of the 3 kills so far, Kuma. Things are looking good so far for Phantom5 compared to the previous game.
compared to the previous game. I mean, like that's what they should be doing, right? Like QW, they should just sit back and just farm up a little bit. Because early game, okay, so the Icarus dive comes in, and Warlock, they know that they don't have a TP, and like in the Bristol is doing so much, he's slowing everyone down. But I don't think the Warlock is gonna make it out like the poison stack. Should it kill him? Oh no, he's gonna survive.
Look at this Viper though, he's just so obnoxious to deal with. He's going to kill off this Bristol. This is the reason why you have that Viper versus Bristol lane. How do you lane as a Bristol back into this? You can't. You just can't lane that.
Yeah, and then like, I mean, Bristol had to take one for the team, right? Because if Luna is up against a Viper, then Luna is just gonna just smash. Like right now, Bristol, they took a lot of. I mean, they took a small amount of time in killing the Bristol. But if it was a Luna, imagine if it was a Luna, both the Warlock and the Luna would have died by now.
Yep.
So Bristol has to take one for the team, right? In order to let the carries go ahead. And fair enough to say, I just want to see the network on the teams because I feel like Luna might be ahead in goal, and right next to it will be Kunka, I guess.
Yeah, the Luna's having like a great time, and ODS 13 denies somehow. I'm not sure how that is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what he's denying because it looks like the Punka is leading in CS, right?
Yep, in CS, the Kunka is leading, and our stream is having a little bit of hard time.
I think
Trying
it's
to-
Y for net worth, right? That's the hotkey.
Mhm.
It used to be Y. I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, so the Ring of Health has been brought in, which is gonna be gone to a White Sun and is gonna be making a Perseverance. So there's gonna be a little bit of sustain coming in. Okay, so the land swap comes in again. Like
This is just so many lane swaps after lane swaps after lane swaps. I think they should just like commit to having the Wraith King against the Bristle. It's not, honestly not that bad of a matchup. Wraith King can just like, stay in that lane and farm.
And that was actually a beautiful snipe coming off from Kunga. Like he was actually trying to get a gang, but they knew that he was coming. But then look, there's a courier. Let me just kill that. And because of that, OD is not going to be getting this mutual hammer. So
And that was what the crown was for, Kuma. We were
Yeah.
making those 300 IQ plays. We were thinking, hey, he's gonna go take on first item, but it's actually the more sensible
Yeah.
play with the meteor hammer.
yeah, I mean, like I totally forgot about it. Like we were like Altos, they got it all, and we were like, okay, we forgot about the meme hammer. Like, how can we forget about the meme hammer? How?
Especially on the OD,
So,
like,
yeah,
because you have such a good
especially on
setup.
the OD. But then, yeah, just aside. So the Korea is going to be there for again 2 minutes. So coming into the 9th minute, they will be having his mutual armor. So till then, Kunga can just have fun and enjoy. Okay, so the cripple got denied a little bit. They're not able to do that. But then there's going to be a quick rotation coming out from the Kunka. So they're going to be looking into the Tusker and the Bristleback.
Phantom5 is just having like a much better start this time, right? Compared to the last game, they're up by 6 kills. Oh, this
is it
Bristleback is. I think they should have just let the Tusk go and focus down the Bristle. Honestly, I'm not sure why they went for the Tusk. I think the Bristle would have been the bigger kill, but now they're trying to kill both the heroes and they're not going to be able to kill.
And the
okay, they are going to be.
The ghost ships comes in and takes away the kill. And even sometimes, pros make mistakes, but then, like, never throw your X mark or a Tux who is already on the snowball because that's not going to work. He's just going to go away. Like, he should have waited a little bit for the snowball to get over and then, throw his X mark. But at the end of the day, they got the kill. But I feel like if he had used the X mark properly, they wouldn't have to use the ghost ship.
Yep. And now they can't kill this Bristle, right? They needed that last bit of burst damage. But they're still going to try and go for this though. The stun comes out, this Bristleback is super dead. Yeah, this Bristleback.
I mean, that was a really good read of judgment right there. Like, they saw Bristol with no mana, and like I said, with no mana, what are you going to do? Without mana, you can't do shit in this land, right? Like,
I think
every hero.
Bristo's going to TP top again, and then Luna's going to TP bot, and then we will still have this whole circus of musical lanes going around. OD does complete the meme hammer though, so that's something.
And like I said, like even though whatever is happening on the map, Luna is on the lead as I expected. Because like even despite the rotations coming out, like 2 rotations coming out from the Luna, like the kills that she got in the early game, it was really good in favor of the Luna. She already has 3 kills and 2 assists.
And they end up killing the Viper again, which I think is the right play. You need to kill this Viper multiple times to make sure that your Bristleback is having a game. The Wraith King is extremely underfarmed though because of all these rotations that he's been making. I don't think they've been necessary, to be honest. He can just stay up here with the Bristleback and farm up. Because of all of these rotations that he's making, he's starting to really fall behind. And look at the Luna. It's just 10 minutes, and this Luna is already 1,000 gold ahead of him.
And also, like, did OD get the meme hammer by now? I'm pretty sure she did, right?
Yeah, I think OD has his meme up.
Well,
Yep,
because the funny thing is, it was a meme combo at first, but it turned out to be one of the best combo coming in for OD, right? At the beginning, everyone was like, what is this meme build on OD, right? In the beginning, when people started making it, but now it turns out to be one of the best combo coming off for OD. So let's see what's gonna happen. And with the astral imprisonment, like he can just imprison someone and just wait.
I think it was Ice 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 that popularized this build, right? Oh, what a torrent! That beautiful cash coming out. And I'm not sure why they're deciding to go for two different targets. I think it's because they have the damage and really well executed gank that they end up killing the Luna and the Tuskar.
I mean, there was actually a good zoning done because they know that they have enough damage to kill Luna. Luna has no items on her. So, like, if they were not able to zone out Tugs, then they would have just gone away with the Tagafran and the Snowball, so they would have walked away free. Like, there was a really, really good communication coming out from Team QWE.
Oh, you can see this now. The rotations are coming in. Both the Viper and the Phoenix were TPing in. However,
the astral imprisonment into the Meteor Hammer, and that's a dead Red King. Oh, he survives with.
He has his ulti though, right? He has his weak incarnation, and he might turn though, but he decides to back off, and pretty wisely because you saw the Viper cancel his TP, right? And now there's 5 heroes up here, so you just need to abandon this tower and leave.
Okay, the Snowball comes into Ogre Mega, and I don't think nothing's gonna save him from this.
Yeah, he's just dead. And this OD is now starting to make sense, right? The meme hammer pickup for him is helping them really mow down these towers along with the Luna, and this is exactly how Phantom5 needs to play this game. They need to get ahead and snowball from there. They needed to snowball the lanes, which I think they've done a pretty good job at, and now they're starting to take away map control.
I'm just gonna be throwing a really, really cringe joke. They have to snowball because even they have a snowball hero, right? And the snowball comes in on the Kunga, and okay, so the wave comes in, and there's gonna be an ultimate coming in from the Phoenix, and it's just gonna demolish them. The Golem comes out from the Warlock, and there was a really, really beautiful coming in, and everybody was causing the chaos, and Kunga will make it out alive, and the Red King gets in from the Eclipse coming out from the OD. That's a lot of damage coming out, and they knew that they had no ultimate on the Red King, so that was really, really good executed. I thought it was going in the favor of QWE at first, because that was a really beautiful setup. Like the Phoenix comes down with his ultimate, and then the Ghost Ships comes in, but there was actually a really, really good astral imprisonment coming out from the OD.
So there were some really good plays that went on there, right? So you had the Kanka got snowballed on by the Tusk and the Bristle, I think, and then he ended up torrenting on top of himself. So what that did was, as soon as the snowball sort of landed on him, both the heroes got stunned, and then he dropped the boat on them along with the egg, and that's where the damage came from. I think there were like a lot of good plays in that team fight. And as soon as the boat came down, you saw Warlock Rock coming in, the Warlock Rock coming in. And that sort of stalled and brought them enough time to beat through the Wraith King's life. And once the Wraith King dies, the team fight is just over, right? Because you've lost your big frontliner. And look at how far behind this Wraith King is. He's now a full 2,000 net worth behind, and this is going to continue, right? Wraith King is not a flash farmer. He's not going to be able to outfarm this Luna, especially since he's going for this Midas Radiance build.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really late game coming in from the Red King to be online, unless he gets like some massive kills or some shutdown goal. This is gonna be really, really hard.
It's not like Wraith King is like the best late game carry, right? There's like so many better heroes. There's like Terrorblade is so much better. Phantom Lancer.
I think this is a really, really ballsy dive coming out from. Okay, so but then they managed to make it out alive, and the Supernova is dropped in, and OD is trying to take it out, and he is able to take down the Supernova. The Supernova has gone into bits, and the Eclipse coming out from Luna, which is going to zone away the rest of the team. So this is a really, really good. I would say this is a huge win coming out from Team Phantom5.
And Phantom5 has really stepped up this game, right? You can see the OD is always in position, carrying off those saves, getting off those meme hammers, and it goes on the Ogre Magi as well. That was pretty funny.
I mean, if this continues, we're getting a glimpse of how the entire match is gonna be turned out. Like, there's nothing QWE can do about it. I mean, the Viper pick was really, really good against a Bristol, because of his toxins, Bristol Bright wouldn't get the passive. But other than that, they
invested way too much in that, right? They kept trying to get the Viper versus the Bristle matchup, which I think wasn't necessary. You could have just put the Wraith King against the Bristle, and had the Wraith King farm up. And because this Wraith King kept roaming around the entire game, see how far behind he is. It's 15 minutes and Wraith King still, I think he finished up his Hand of Midas now, but it's coming at
in and they're just gonna bail out from there. The stun comes out from the Red King right onto the Luna and the Ghost Ship comes up but to no other. I don't think it's gonna hit anyone, but it did. And the beautiful Astral Prison.
Now see, this Wraith King just has to run away, right? Because he doesn't have his ulti anymore.
Over here, so we're gonna wait a little bit.
And I think our stream was having some difficulties with his internet.
Yeah. Oh, let's break down the team fight of what happened. Like, there was a really good use of Supernova in order to say. I mean, I would say there was a really late Supernova because he could have just Icarus dived into when like they've used everything and they are focusing on the Red King.
And then what really went down there, right, was I think the Wraith King just overestimated how tanky he was, and then he went in and just got completely focused. Lost his first life, and then he realizes, okay, I need to run. I don't have my second life anymore. And this is the problem with his Radiance, right? It's 18 minutes into the game, and he's not even close to his relic.
Yeah, and then
he's just been running around like a headless chicken.
I was just checking on the YouTube vlog right now, like when the stream went down. Actually, Ogre gets off with the deny on the egg. We totally missed that.
Oh wow! Okay,
yeah,
I did not know that went down.
Yeah, like that was like that was actually really good play coming in. Like, even though he is not in meta, there's so many one-trick players who are really good with a specific champion, right?
And this Kunkka, right? This Kunkka is really struggling. They picked the Kunkka because of the team fight that he brings with, and then he sort of built the Spirit Vessel. He's a hero that likes building Spirit Vessel, Heaven's Halberd, BKB, and then the Aghanim Scepter. And look at this Kunkka. He doesn't have any of these items. He's nowhere close to his BKB. He's nowhere close to his.
I mean, if you look at the team fight potential coming out from both the teams, if executed correctly, I feel like QWE has the advantage, but then they're so way behind right now that I don't think it's going to work out in their favor.
Yeah, they're getting absolutely clapped. Look at them; they're just getting run at, and there's no answer because this OD is just setting up all of these fights. And this again, right? This was that 10th pick OD, and we were talking about how this hero needs to put in work, and this hero is putting in so much work, Kuma. Just like the Batrider from last game, right?
Yep. I mean, the last pick coming into in both the games are actually paying off. Because the first game it was the Batrider, now it's the OD, and then the teleport is going to come in.
But I still want to go back and criticize this Wraith King because he's still nowhere close to his Radiance because of all of the movement that I'm not sure if it was the player call or a team call where they wanted sort of the Viper to be laning against the Bristle because that's why they picked it. But I think even if you're not laning the Viper against the Bristle, right, the Viper still acts as a counter to the Bristle the entire game. You still have that hard counter with the break mechanic in his passive. So I'm not sure that they needed that lane to be there. They could have just stuck to the lanes that they had instead of having this Wraith King run around because this Wraith King still does not have a Radiance and it's 20 minutes and this Wraith King is rushing Radiance. That's the funny part, Kuma. That's going to be his first item. It's 20 minutes and he doesn't have it. This is extremely difficult to watch.
I mean, this is actually really like, I'm not disappointed. I mean, like, I wouldn't say disappointment because this is what they signed up for. But, and as you can see, like the placement of the wards coming in from Team QWE, they know where everyone is and they're just gonna go. And I don't know like what's happening. Like no one is actually rewarding from Team QWE and like from QWE, and they have full vision over the entire jungle. And that's
and
like
look at this Wraith King, right? He still has level 1 ulti. It's 20 minutes into the game and he's still level 11. So that's a big cooldown on reincarnation if he dies. He really needs to find some farm and he needs to find it quick because Wraith King is not a hero that can play, right? Especially against a Luna.
if you look at the ward on the dire side of, if you look on the radiant side of the on the jungle, they have a ward which has been there for a very long time now. Because of that, they were able to get the kill on Viper, and they should have realized that there is a ward right there. But the supports are still not rewarding it, or maybe they're scared to go into there. But then the first time they got Viper and leading to the double kill by OD, like it started off with that ward, that specific ward. So they should actually see, like they have proper vision control, and I don't know why QWE is not responding to any of those.
Yep. And we finally see the relic being picked up by the Wraith King there. He is closing in on that radiance, so it's almost 22 minutes. Wraith King is gonna have his radiance, so yay, let's go Wraith King. Once that radiance comes out, I still don't think it's gonna do a lot for them because they are 10,000 gold.
I still don't think it's gonna matter that much if you look at the net difference. If you look at the network coming in from both the teams.
I don't think it's gonna matter too much. Being very very honest.
Unless they have a really good team fight where all their wombo combos are land, they're able to see. The first thing they should do is they should be able to kill Warlock without using any of the ultimates. And if Warlock is out of the fight, right, they just do the ship, the Nova combo with the break coming in from the void. Like that'll be really good. But I don't think that's happening because Warlock.
Exactly. How do they kill the Warlock? Where is your jump? They have no hero that can jump the backline.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a blink on the Wraith King. They don't have the catch. Then this is why I wanted sort of that backline hero, right? I wanted the Ember Spirit or the Void Spirit, something that can just go back and then blow up the backline supports. But they decided to double down on the team fight. They decided to go for the Kunkka, and I haven't been seeing this Kunkka's impact at all. And this is the problem with Kunkka. It's that if you start falling behind, if you're ahead, it looks great, right? You're just X-catching everybody. It's like a glimpse where as soon as you see someone, you X-mark them, you combo them, and they die. But if you're behind, what is Kunkka bringing to the table?
Absolutely nothing. Oh man, there's going to be another post coming in from the Kunkka. The Kunkka got disconnected, but then, like I said, if you look at the CS also, like Luna is so much ahead. He has 219. He has like 70 CS above the Red King, which you normally don't see. Like even
exactly, and this goes back to the Wraith King just running around, right? He just kept moving around. Trying to get that perfect lane set up. But that didn't happen. They wasted so much time. They wasted so many resources. They used their teleport scrolls to make that happen, and it still didn't happen. And because of which you are now behind by 10,000 gold.
I don't know what's gonna happen right now, but things are looking really dire for the Radiant team.
Look at this Luna. Luna is 4,000 gold ahead of the Wraith King and is doubling up this Viper's net worth. This Viper feels like paper right now. This Viper's just gonna die in every single team fight. The Tusk just snowballs in, and you die.
And when Luna is ahead, things are really scary. Like generally, for Luna to be ahead, the other team should have done a lot of sacrifice coming into this match, but then like the sacrifices that they made were not sufficient enough, or I would say was not good enough, and the sacrifice is in vain because of that. As we have mentioned earlier, and we have been talking about how low farm the Red King is. I don't know how things are going to go out, but I feel like we're going to be going into a game 3. That's my prediction. What about you?
I definitely think that we're going to game 3 because looking at the state of the game, I don't see how the Dire team comes back into this. Wraith King is not a late game hero. He's not going to really suddenly become like this huge threat to the Luna. Yeah, he has his Radiance, but okay, so what? Luna almost has BKB. Your Radiance is going to be doing nothing against this Luna. How exactly do you plan on dealing with the Luna and the OD? I don't know. I don't think they have an answer right now. And even if the Luna gets gone on, right, you still have so many saves. You have the Astral Imprisonment. You have the Snowball.
There's so many saves coming in, plus the healing that's going to be coming out from the Warlock. And also, if you can see,
Warlock ultimate.
Yeah, like we totally forgot about the Warlock because, like, OD and Luna has been like capturing the limelight that we forgot. We forgot about.
Warlock just needs to sit back and throw his spells, right? That's all he needs to do. Because there's no threat against him. Who's going to kill the Warlock? How do you kill this Warlock? You can't.
And also, OD has his Aghanim Scepter right now, so basically it means that it's gonna increase the astral imprisonment damage by 140. And also it applies the damage in that area. So whoever is gonna get imprisoned, he's gonna come out getting 140 damage plus it'll have an area effect, right? So
And
that's
and
gonna
I think
be
the reason why they get it is because of the charges that you can twice if I'm not wrong. Yeah. You can see that it has the two charges once you get the axe scepter pickup. So now he's going to have two astral imprisonments in every single team fight. So he has the save plus the aggressive catch. I think this game is just looking really rough for Team QWE, right?
I would be really happy if if the streamer can show me the build of Warlock. Because
Given
Warlock,
that we're paused, I think yeah, we should. I think
yeah.
Warlock probably has like a medallion or something built. Oh yes,
Oh,
Hand of Midas.
I mean, like, see, they're winning at this point, right? And he's rushing for the scepter, so there's going to be two golems coming out from this Warlock. I actually thought, like, okay, they're sustaining a lot, so I thought he had the locate in place, but he actually went for the Midas build. Pretty
And
fancy that.
I think Tusk is going for Solar Crest because they still need some way of taking out Roche, right? Oh no, they have Bristleback. They have like the crew for the minus armor. Um, and it looks like the Kunkka is still not back yet. So
Yeah, I mean, one of the administrators should reach out to one of the team and see what's happening.
sorry, internet issue.
Yeah, I mean, we're living in India, right?
Yeah.
Internet issue always happens, so that's not a new
I
thing.
think this was happening in the last game too, right? The Luna, I think,
Mhm.
was facing some network issues. And now we have the Kunkka facing some network issues. And being very transparent, I think I am facing some network issues too because my screen gets choppy in between.
Yeah, and Master Insync is getting a little bit impatient right there. He's like, yo, we're about to win. Let's just win. Let's just go move on to the next game. Because he knows he's having a really, really good time. And if I was Master Insync, I would be smiling right now. Like, I would
Oh
want
yeah,
this to continue.
this OD is absolutely getting out of control. And how often do you hear that statement, Kuma? How often do you hear somebody say, "Oh, OD is having a great game," right? It's not a hero that's meant to have a
Yeah.
great game.
Unless you're Miracle, like getting off the rampage, like solo. I remember, I forgot which team they were playing against. Like, Miracle was using OD and then he got a rampage. And the best part was he did it
That
solo.
was against Quincy Crew.
Yeah,
That was
Quincy.
Quincy
Oh,
Crew.
it was
Yeah,
Quincy Grow.
yeah.
That was so hilarious to watch, man. Like, it was so fun also. And as soon as he got the rampage, like, they just called it GG. Like, there's no way we can
Yeah,
counter this. So
it
what I'm
was like
saying, yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, let's just give one rampage to this OD, and, like, we can move on to the next game. Ah, man, like, tonight I'm gonna be trying out this Warlock build, and I'm just gonna go rush for the Midas. Like,
I mean, this is the old school Warlock build, right? Like the really old one where they would trade rush hand of Midas and go
mhm.
into Ag's refresher what he's basically queued up. And it used to work brilliantly. I mean, like you have like four golems in a team fight. What else do you really want, Kuma?
Oh, I mean, even right now they're having so much of difficulty killing one golem, right? They're having
Yep.
so much of difficulty killing one golem. When two comes out, they're not gonna kill it. And just imagine having four golems right at your face. What you're gonna do? It literally feels like the end of the world coming in from QWE. I mean, they were really,
Can
really strong. I thought, like,
can can we quickly check on the issue that QWE is having because I think the players are starting to complain that so if the admin could check it out, let us know what's happening, guys. We'd really
mhm.
appreciate it.
And also Viper only has one item on the best. She has two circlet, but then there's not gonna do much of it. He has the pipe. I mean, sorry, not the pipe. Ah, this item is not clicking on my head. Well, what is the item again?
Viper's Hurricane.
Yeah, yeah, hurricane pipe. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
hurricane pipe.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said pipe, and I'm like, wait, that's pipe of inside. Wait, and then I got confused because it's actually pipe, right? So we're gonna be waiting a little bit more, and I feel like if the Kumka doesn't reconnect, they're just gonna continue with this game because if the teams have checked the guidelines before signing up for this
Mhm.
tournament, there's like some certain guidelines, right? If
Mhm.
like there's a certain amount of pauses that they'll get plus amount of minutes that they'll be getting, right?
And let's be honest here, Kuma. I mean, even if the Kunkka doesn't reconnect, it's not like the Kunkka's having like a huge impact on the game, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't want to say that out loud, but yeah, like even the viewers can see it, and even we can see it, right?
But they're really struggling in this game. I think the Kunkka is not really working out for them. They should have
Mm-hmm.
gone for a more elusive hero. I feel something that could just jump the backline. That would have been that would have put them in a much better position in my.
If the next game, I wouldn't be surprised to see the OD getting banned out
Oh
because
yeah, definitely.
they're having a really tough time, and they did do their homework, and he was banned out in the previous game, but now they left it on. Maybe they might have set up a trap, but it backfired on them. And also one more thing I forgot. Wait. Oh, this interaction with the egg. Does the arcane orb work on? I mean, does the wait? It
No
only
idea.
wait. The
No, no,
arcane orb,
no.
no. It only adds pure damage to output destroy attack based on his remaining mana pool. Okay. Wait. And for the supernova, you need some certain amount of clicks. So yeah. Sorry
Yeah,
for. I'm getting
no,
so
the
confused right
Arcane Orb.
now.
I can understand, but the Arcane Orb does not affect it
And
by that.
yeah, I mean the itemization setup for Viper looks really ambitious. He has queued up the BKB into the
Instrument to a lot of ATOS,
yeah
which I don't think he's ever going to complete, given
yeah
that the game that they're having Puma. But gotta be hopeful, man. Gotta hope
yeah.
for the best. Go out
I
there.
mean I mean like this is Dota. Like you never quit until your throne explodes, right? Like one
Yeah,
team fight can change the one team can change the entire course of the game. And
absolutely. Can we mute? This?
I feel like the game is gonna start in some few minutes, whether the Conquer rejoins the game or not.
I
And we're
think
gonna
we are getting to GG territory on the dire side, right? They're already 10,000 behind. Admin from the start. Guys,
Mhm.
can one of you please check
Oh,
the
and also before the match ends, I just want to see a wombo combo coming out from this Luna and the Warlock, right? Like if he's able to land his fatal balls on even four or five of them, and the Luna uses his Eclipse, holy shit, the amount of damage that is gonna be dealt.
yeah?
That's some. I was gonna say orgasm shit, but yeah, I'll just say it. That was some orgasm shit. That's gonna be so good. That's gonna be so satisfying to watch. I just want to watch that.
Guys, can check with them please because I think the players are getting a little impatient.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So to the viewers, I think the Kunkka is just facing some issues. I mean, this is India, right? We can understand all of us face issues.
I
In
mean,
the
like
meanwhile,
we have all been in this position before.
and we've all been in the position of the Raiden players, getting impatient, saying that, hey, how long do we have to wait until the Kunkka, reconnects?
Okay, I just want to see the itemization on if the itemization on the Red King, like is this still done with his Midas? I mean
I think he
Radiance.
has, yeah, he's
Oh, he has the Radiance recipe coming in, but I don't think that's gonna make that much amount of changes because this is really late into the game. We're in 32 minutes of the game, and the first item that is gonna be a that he's gonna be getting will be a Radiance.
he didn't even complete the hand of Midas, right? He just went for the gloves for
Yeah.
the attack speed that you usually see a lot of players go for, and then he went straight for the radiance. and he's still struggling. He's
Yeah, I mean, like,
yes, this radiance is gonna help him with the farming speed, help your caps faster,
yeah,
but not
but
sure how much of an
Phantom 5 can easily just take this game home before Red King can capitalize on the Radiance. That's what I feel.
exactly.
So let's talk about game three, because I don't want to like lower down the hopes of QWE, but going into game three,
You want to
whew,
go right into game three? One, that
yeah,
sounds interesting. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
like,
comes
yeah,
down to
and
the
then
draft again, right?
mm,
Like we saw the last pick um from the team. I think it definitely boils down to the draft because last game it was the Bat Rider that was picked up as the 10th pick. Absolutely dominated the mid lane, absolutely dominated the mid game, completely popped off. And then in this game, we see the same thing happening again, but this time it was a 10th pick OD with the Astral Imprisonments and sort of in Beamhammer, like everybody calls it. And yeah, I think a lot of it will definitely boil down to the draft moment. And whichever team gets sort of the better draft probably will be walking over the series. And I am pleasantly surprised that the series is going to go to 3 games because coming into this matchup, I was told that one team has been outperforming and been doing great.
true.
So I'm extremely happy that this series is looking so close.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've seen the potential of what the teams can do when they're ahead in goal, right? When they're
Yep.
ahead, like even QW, the previous game, they just smashed Phantom. Like there was no way or chance of recovery for them. And coming into this game, it is just the opposite. And this might even be a really, really good story for Phantom Five. This will be a really, really good comeback game for them. Like if they just take the victory next game as well.
And given that the way that they've been playing in this game, right, they are showing that they definitely are capable of turning the series around. They're capable of
Hmm.
turning the series on its head and pulling out that 2-1 because they are ahead by 10,000 gold in just 20 minutes. That's a big lead. I granted they have the Luna. I really think the Bristleback and the Luna have been the heroes of this particular series, at least because last game we saw the same thing, right? Luna and Bristle on the side lanes completely dominate both their side lanes and then get out of control. Snowball is the same thing that's happening with Phantom 5 this game. They pick the Luna and the Bristle on the side lanes, and the exact same thing happens. Even though you have the counter in theory with the
Hmm.
Viper, the Viper is just getting bodied by this Tusk Bristle. He's just getting run at.
Hi guys, sorry about the hold up. So yeah, I just
Hi,
had a
Silence. Good to have you here.
Aries. Yep, thank you so much. So yeah, I just had a chat with the players from both the teams. Unfortunately, one of the players has disconnected because due to a power cut. We're just considering their options. Either they can now proceed with the 4v5, or they can forfeit, and we can resume the next match at 6:45, wherein they will be playing their stand-in. So we're just waiting for the revert on that. But I wanted to give the viewers and you guys an update on this.
Oh, okay, that's really, really good.
I
So
think honestly they can forfeit this game. I mean, discourage them because they are down by 10,000. Doesn't look like with the lineup that they have, it does not look like a comeback can be mounted.
okay,
But again, this is DoTA, right?
mhm. Like let me get this straight. If they forfeit, the next match will be at 6:45, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, that sounds good.
Oh, one thing that we haven't been talking about too much are the neutral items, right? Because they really okay, yeah, they called it. I think they
Okay,
called
so
it.
the GG has been called, and I mean, like we have talked about it, Aries, in the back. I mean, like few minutes back, like how things are gonna work out in terms of them, and the calling GG was,
Radiant's top
actually
tower is under
a
attack.
really good thing because they weren't able to. Because even if the Kunga comes back, like it won't have made that much amount of difference, right? Coming into this.
Because with the kind of lineup that they had, right? They had like this really mid game like
Hmm.
line. And if you actually both the teams had that two mid game lineup because there's like Wraith King on one side and Luna on the other. But Wraith King fell so far behind because all of the lane swap shenanigans that were going on. Um, and Phantom 5, yeah, I think coming away with a well-deserved victory, even without the disconnect, I think Phantom 5 would have been able to close out this.
Yep. Okay, so as you've heard from Silence, we'll be continuing the match at 6:45. If the power comes back, so we'll be coming back to you after 15 minutes of break. So stay tuned and see you guys in the next match.